Alright, hello guys. Unfortunately, we ran out of tier list content to make, so I have to make like real videos now. Not sure when you're watching this, but before making this video, I've only made like tier list skins videos, but like now I have to make real content, unfortunately. But realistically, let me show you what an Immortal player would do on Sunset, a Cypher. Typically, we'll be playing here on B site. I don't think I've ever played A. Maybe like 1 or 2 rounds where you know they're not gonna go B. So there's like this basic trip that everyone knows, unbreakable. However, against Raze, Shova, and Sova, it's pretty misadvised to put the trip there because they can util it. So really, if this trip works and they don't know how to break it, just try it out for a couple rounds, and if they're not breaking it, then keep abusing it, because there's literally no way to break this trip without utility unless you literally have someone else shoot it for you or you expose yourself. So you know, like, as long as this, I would still recommend putting it just to see how they respond. But in Immortal games, they usually raise nade it or they'll Silver Shark Dart it and you'll never get value. So if that happens, you will just start putting them deeper and just seeing where like it works. So like right here, you know, right here is so good, which covers both. You can put it right here, but it does get hit by the race nade typically. So I stopped putting this one. You could put one deeper right here, and then just have like this area that you give up, but there's not a whole lot you can do because on Sunset you just can't really play, you know, as we used to. However, you can still do the one ways. So this is one of the one ways. You just basically aim right there, and then that's all. So just learn that. It's just right there where the mark is. And then, you know, just farm frags for a while until they get used to it. With that, I like to combo it with a cam right here so that you can see inside. There's also a cam. If the enemies rush out a lot, you can put a cam right there, which is similar to the ascent map or to the ascent cam on B. So then you can just mark them from here and they'll probably never destroy it. There's also one. This one became a pretty meta cam where you just put it on the palm tree, but I barely use this one anymore. I guess you can, just to switch it up, you can put it on either of the palm trees, but I don't really use this one anymore. I really prefer that cam because it covers market really well and covers main so that you don't have to peek out. So like as soon as you see someone walking up, you can just mark them and then pop the one way and then just shit on the whole team. Said that, I mean, you know, you could really trip anywhere, but I mean, you know, this, I feel like that's pretty useless. But yeah, just any of these trips, this is a pretty good one I use. For market, I really never play market unless the enemy team is smart enough to actually split here and go here. This is a pretty default trip, but however, it's really easy to spam and destroy. Which is, you know, just like all the other trips, you basically just put it deeper and see where they don't get destroyed. You could also take a gamble trip, but like this is already giving them a lot of area, so I really wouldn't advise for it. I would just put a default one that whatever gets destroyed, and then you just control it with the cam right there. Beside that, I think that's most of the basic cams. So cam right there, right there, right there, and then don't forget, like, you see where it's blue and then right here it's red, but then where it lets you place a cam and then you jump up and then it'll let you place the cam. So don't forget about that if you're new to Cypher. You can also put the cam right here, but I mean, you know, just to switch it up, I would once in a while, but, or like this, just to get that early info. If you're playing alone on site, it's nice sometimes, but I don't really use that, to be honest. Beside that, I really only play B site, and then I would tell my teammates to go 1 mid and then 3 on A, because Cypher just works so well on B. So there's also one way in market that you can take advantage of. Personally, I've never taken advantage of it, but I mean, maybe if you find a way to do it. It's pretty easy to find. You just bump yourself into this corner, and then you aim right there. But I mean, you just use it to stall. I mean, it's kind of more of a one-way to them, because actually if there's someone tiles, they see you better than you see them. But just to stall, it can be pretty good. Let's move on to the A setup. Like I said, I think it's way better to have 3 teammates on A than bringing the Cypher from B to A. But you know, it's ranked, and if they don't listen to you, then I guess you just have to go A. But you can do a trip right here. It's a pretty default one. You can put the cam right here for early info. That will cover both points. You could also put a camera over here, but this is more of an offensive cam. This is what you do as attack Cypher, and it will get destroyed right away. But you know, if you're desperate for a lobby info, I guess you can do that. And then, you know, just basic trips anywhere here. I like a trip right here. And then there's not really any setups on A, just like do whatever feels right, whatever can get you kills, you know, just this. You know, that's pretty deep, that's not gonna work. But like, you know, just anywhere in this vicinity, just know you can use this. Like these, whatever this is. And then just the stairs, like low trips, stuff like that. So pretty basic stuff on A. There's also a one-way that you can do with this light, if I remember how. Okay, right there. So pretty easy to figure out. Just line yourself up under it and then throw it on the roof, and it'll bounce on the hitbox of the light. But really, this is just a stall. I don't think you can really take advantage of this that much. I guess if you're right there, but I've never actually played on A in a real game on Cypher, but that's just, you know, stuff in case you need it. Besides that, we're pretty all set on attack, or on defense. So let's move on to attack. I mean, you can also put a trip mid. That's a pretty basic trip. If you keep having trouble locking down mid, you can just do a basic trip there. But I would prefer your teammates to take over mid than really wait. I think the best sweet spot for Cypher is just anywhere here on B, and I would prefer that your teammates stack mid or stack A and then play B, and then you just play B by yourself. Because of those 2 one-ways, the 2 one-ways right here, you know, win you 10 seconds of time, and then your teammates can rotate. And yeah. So as attack Cypher, you know, there's the basic cam that's right here, which most people know about, just, you know, to spot the walkout. You can switch up the window positioning, so like you can put it right there. You can also put it right here. Just, you know, people get used to it and then they walk out and just pre-fire it. But if you switch up the camera, then they have to waste more time. You can also put it right here. So that's very like hard to notice the first time you see it. And then, you know, just the default early mid cam that would go around here or here, and then you'll just see the, you know, people pushing up. Beside that, it's not that much stuff going on, just wherever is intuitive. You know, that doesn't really get you much. To be honest, it's better to just put it here and then don't pop it for a bit so that they forget about it, because people will pre-fire it, but if they don't see it, sometimes people don't bother to shoot just in case it is there. So you can just leave it there for like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and then shoot it. Or if you're gonna do a fake, you can do a fake as a Cypher where you put the cam there, and then, you know, your teammates use utility, and then people will probably rotate from B, and then your teammates can take over B. Besides that, I don't really have much else to show you guys. You know, just the default trip here. Usually on attack, you'll just put a trip here, and you'll put a trip on B main, and really that's all. And then most of the other stuff you can wing, like you just put a line, you know, to cross mid, you know, to cross this, you know, the cage hitbox is pretty generous, so you don't really need lineups for this. I mean, this, you know, you can just wing most of these. Besides this one, this is one where I would practice a little bit. So like, this is the only one where if you mess up, people will die. So I would just recommend doing this, you know, getting a feel for it. Like, I don't even have a feel for it, but you know, if you just get a feel for doing that, that's really all you need on Sunset. It's a pretty easy map for Cyphers to learn, and pretty hard for enemies to adjust to be honest. There's also another camera that Nats does, and it's like somewhere here, but I gotta find it. Give me 1 second. Okay, so Nats also does these 2 cams over here for A that are right here. You have to jump up to see them though, and then you can see people that are like A main. So right there, you'll see the walkout. It doesn't look like you will, but you will. So right there, you'll see their head. Whoa. Okay, I just broke the game. My camera, what? Okay, awesome. Okay, I don't know what's going on with my camera, but you can also put a camera right there. I don't really know. My camera just disappeared into the nether. But basically you can put a camera around here as well, just to cover both sides. But like I said, I really highly advise you to play on B over A. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments below, and give a like and a subscribe if you got value out of this video. Thank you.